degrees in Calgary
Yeah.
right now.
How hot it is here.
It's only 24 in the house right now.
It's 34 in Kelowna right now.
Outside, that is.
Yeah.
It's about 24 in the house, maybe 26. And I was working in 37.
Adam wins. Just
Yeah,
straight up.
you win.
Hannah wins, she's outside.
Yeah, I work in the vineyard, so
Get fucked, you noobs.
Basically. It's like,
I mean, it was hot enough outside that they gave us pizza to make up for it. I'm like, thanks, I can't eat pizza.
I was gonna say pizza seems like a somewhat inappropriate choice of food on a day like today.
It was yesterday, but
I mean,
Except here it was still 28 and like, cloudy.
I think the humidity is higher in Calgary, though.
Is it really?
Yeah. Our humidity
Yeah,
is
we're 46.
27%.
We're 46% right now. Holy shit!
Yeah, we're
Since when does that
27.
fucking happen?
Yeah,
Never
humidity
happens in
makes
Calgary.
it feel hotter than it is.
Yeah, I know, but
Someone-
Calgary is like one of the least humid places. You know,
Oh, it's usually
outside
dry,
of a
but that's
desert.
why it feels so fucking hot there right now, is because no one's used to it being humid. You can't do what?
anything. Everything.
Alright.
Everything is falling apart. Okay.
And that's why I have a giant glass
There
of
you go.
rum.
All right, here's the picture coming through. Can you tell how much sun I get on my back? Because this is the back of my shirt with the collar flipped open for the original color.
You know, I was saying to Drew that we almost need to do something like for the audience's benefit in his stream, where anytime we post our little reaction images, we need to do to like somewhere else where the audience can see it, because that would actually be fucking funny as hell.
So, what was your reaction there, Drew?
My reaction was literally,
Yeah.
yeah.
So that's how much
fucked,
sun I get on
dude.
the
What the
back?
fuck? Dude, that's just not cool. Like, at all.
Show Max.
I can get it up on Facebook. Just give me a moment.
Did you put it on the D&D
No,
channel?
it was a private message,
Hmm.
but I can forward it
That's
to. I'm gonna forward it to the D&D.
And that's why I bought more sunscreen today.
There you go. Forwarded.
What am I
Look
looking
at that.
at? I see
So-
a jacket.
Yeah. So you see the color difference in the jacket?
Yes.
It was all once the
It was
darker
supposed.
color,
It's yeah.
Ah.
and the
The
sun has
black on
bleached
the collar is the underside of the collar because it's normally flipped down. I flipped it up to show you the original color. That's how much sun I get on my back.
Yeah.
Wow.
it. Yeah, and you should see the tan of all of the people I work with.
I can only imagine.
We be bronzing.
And then there's me. Me and my SPF 60.
I need to pull up Roll20,
Okay.
and I need to pull up my
You guys almost good to go? Like, a minute or two?
yeah.
Oh, I'm
really.
Roll20 is just loading,
Perfect.
and you know,
All right.
instead of looking at the sport, you could already be helping us play.
All right, well,
advanced
in that
features.
time,
I hear the sound echoes beneath, angels and skylines meet, and I'm straight
Adam got the crap room.
Yeah, except
Yeah.
you're in a walkout basement.
This is true.
Yes.
No, like here in the like it's actually a relatively normal temperature only because well the ground is still cool and there's basically no insulation in the walls downstairs.
Hmm.
And Drew can attest in the winter it's fucking kind of
Yeah, it's not great. I will fully attest. It is not fun. All right. Well, are everyone in? I see it.
Yep, I have not scrolled over, but I'm here.
Oh, right.
And I am on episode 8
Ah.
of Critical Role now.
Okay, this
Oh.
sounds.
oh no please Hannah don't do this don't go down the rabbit hole. It will only just eat truly gargantuan amounts of your time.
But she's listening to it while in the fields and working, so.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's better than Drew who just kind of listens to it.
No. Like, I am by myself in a vineyard for 8 hours, and they highly suggested I download some podcasts. I'm like, you know what? 4 hours long at a podcast at a time. Critical Role.
No, yeah, I actually used to do that at work at Volvo and other places.
And most of my coworkers play D&D, so they all get it. They all play together with them and their wives.
Oh, speaking of which, Drew, before we start,
Yeah, I'm listening.
no, it's another picture coming through the D&D chat this time. I may have done a thing.
Are you showing him your purchase of the day?
Nice. I'll have to borrow it when I finally get down there.
I may have done a thing.
All right.
Adam
We
left
are-
me alone in chapters for too long, so I bought books, and then he came to pick me up, and then he bought books.
Instantly bought a book. I was like,
Yeah.
fuck.
All right. Well, it's been a week, so let's get you all recapped.
Yes, it's been a while.
It's been a little while. Okay. So, you all had about 3 days worth of time off, and everyone used it in various different manners. You get training, carry out errands, and so forth. Yet somehow, at the end of these 3 days, no matter where you were, the majority of you somehow managed to end up all asleep back at Erlin's Entertainment Troops camp. And that was without planning, so, like, good job on reading each other's mind on that.
That's pretty
I
great,
mean, it was
actually.
a
Well,
pretty decent.
given that that's kind of been our home base previously, that makes kind of sense.
It does,
as a
but
Yeah.
it's really interesting. Because, like, every single one of you went and did vastly different things than... Like, every single session was different. And all of you ended up at the end last day back at Erlin's Entertainment. That's kind of cool. So,
That is kind of cool.
Please DM noises.
please
DM noise.
That is exactly what that is right there. So, with that in mind, all of you awaken on the 4th day. Many of you are quite, maybe not restless in the morning, but sore or various states of somewhat having trouble waking up. It's really just the smell of strong brew in the morning. What seems to be breakfast. Rouse you all and the campfire. Tia handing out bowl after bowl. Breakfast hash. Ready for a whole day. So, with that in mind, I'll do.
Give me a second. I'm trying to figure out where exactly my character is.
Jesus, that's
State
a
of
lot of dust.
Don't worry. If we need it, I will find them. I'm pretty sure all of them are back at back on the other combat page. Don't worry too much.
No, as in I'm just running through my notes quickly.
Oh, I can tell you actually. You spent the night at Erlin's entertainment. Attempted to see Sarah, and was gonna see about Ophelia, but you never actually found her.
All right, so who's all at breakfast?
I
Tura,
will be there.
Erland, Hardwin,
Yep.
and Clover, as well as Tia, who's currently main artist. And you can see Edvuth in the background, as well as, curiously enough, it does look like Razada, the troop's leader, is up and about and seems to be making her way through the rest of the tents.
Where's the purple one? She was with you, right?
Yes. Well, she glances over towards you, Clover. It's been an eventful few days.
Definitely busy.
Erland, you can tell that last night it was a little bit dark, so you didn't really get this full sense, but in the morning under the fresh day's light, you can see Tura is haggard. Like, raccoon eyes, just zombie morning, working her way through her food.
Yeah. The zombie bagel.
Yeah, gnawing zombie bagel base. She does not look like she had a restful 3 days.
Oh. Interesting.
Last I saw, she, well, probably, well, only a few days, so I'm sure it's not too crazy. She has decided to stay at the school. Dunogath Spires. She managed to make a few allies there, and while she hasn't been accepted yet, they have given her permission to take the entrance exam, so thus she has decided to stay there, study.
Well, looks like you're one step ahead of me. I was actually going to suggest we make our way there. So I had our little box looked at. I might have found some connections to that among other things.
Oh, back to the Spires. Oh, lovely.
Yeah, Tura.
Oh, I hear. If
Oh,
I
there.
do detect, I hear some opposition.
Oh,
I
it's
think
just
she's just tired.
the 6-hour flights are kind of getting on me. I won't lie there.
Well, we can put it lower on the list if you want.
Yeah. Look, I've got a few things that I still would like to do. But what did you find, Ardwin?
The box, definitely of a magical nature. Elven or Dwarvish novel made. Connect suggested it was likely either made in the Forbidden City or Gunagaff Spires.
Oh, that makes sense. Well, guess we'll have to take the box to the Spire at some point. Anyone else find anything while I was running all over?
Study mostly. Did anybody enjoy the festivities? The performance?
As always.
Well, I mean, not so much other than coming back here to sleep. I was a little busy. Although I'm sure it was lovely.
You missed out. Alas, Ophelia must desperately. Well, she did state she wanted to go to school when we first met her.
Well, yeah, that's the whole reason, we paid her.
Well, at least she's attacking her goals.
Well, she hasn't gotten in yet, so let's face it, she was young. There's no reason for us to drag her into our world just yet. She'll get here eventually. When she's ready. Now, enough of this downer bollocks. I Well, I have a proposition that I would like to put forward to you. Tell me, how interested are you in, well, burglary?
Burglary?
You mean
Well, personally,
thievery?
not very, because
Well,
that
not
would be
exact.
against the law.
I mean, of course, yes, of course. Like,
Grant, obviously, but I'm interested to hear more. I've always enjoyed it if there's a good reason behind it for some fun.
okay. Did anyone else find anything before I get too far into this?
No,
Well,
I
you
just
and I
mostly did some
were together.
study.
Sorry, what was that, Clover?
Well, you and I were mostly together for our time off, other than that one day where I think you were probably with Ophelia. So other than that, you and I know basically the same things here.
Okay. Well, okay. Clover's mission aside, well, it might. Things are getting complicated. House Vilmo showed up a few times in letters and well, to say that they are of the how to say
Standing.
well, they're a very, very good noble house, but they're shall we say a bit into the underground sort of nature. I think we've never been able to prove it, but it's well, needless to say, I suspect they are involved with whatever is around, and I would like to investigate their house.
You're going to have to be a tiny bit more specific than that.
I would
'Cause I'd
like
rather
to
not break in only to find out that they're actually just smuggling wine or some bullshit.
I mean, that could well be worthwhile endeavor. Yeah, you're a fan of wine.
I'm saying this better be worth our while, given the possible risk.
Might be, not be. I know you probably want to stay around for the festival and everything, but I would like to use the festival as a way to either gain leverage with them or, well,
Use it as a distraction, make sure they're over here, not there. Gives us an opportunity.
someone so accustomed with the law, you sir. Yes, that is exactly what I would like to do.
I'm accustomed to enforcing whatever someone calls them.
Good man.
And why should we care about this household, this family?
You don't. I'm merely providing an employment opportunity. Needless to say, I was impressed with the way you handled this. It's not often that a group of people, whether they're a group or not, obviously, you are all entitled to think of yourselves as fish, but as a group, you accomplished something that I haven't seen, which is you survived a mission that went, frankly, horribly fucking wrong.
I don't know if it went that wrong.
Fair.
Our end goal was accomplished, and like only one person died, so I think that's pretty successful.
You've also spent some time familiarizing yourself with what I assume is documents and things, so you're partially in the know, let's say. Well, you're not.
Ah,
A
yes,
little
I was
more
going
informed,
to
but
ask. Were we able to glean anything of use out of those documents?
Oh, plenty.
Plenty is understating things.
Well, for the if you would like to more or less fill him in on what we found, that being that it does tie into your mission, feel free to. I'd prefer if
You
you
said
just,
Ophelia.
or
Do you
sorry,
mean me?
Clover. Thank you.
Okay,
I'm
thank
sorry.
you. I was
It was
confused.
a wedding. I did a wedding contract today. I'm still a little bit frazzled from that. Sorry if I met.
Oh, you're good.
You would like to fill him in on what we found, so that way you can keep out anything not wanted.
That is a long tale. Well, I go back to the beginning of my notes that I
All
got out of Drew over the course of 4 hours.
Yes, I heard about your rather marathon session.
Yeah, at the end of it, my autoimmune stuff was attacking my hips. I'm like, I need to stand up for a little bit. So, at the beginning of our 3-day break, Tura and I spent quite a while looking over the documents, and it definitely took a long time. We mostly looked through the shipping manifests in there, and there was a significant and a surprising amount of blackmail around the houses. Although, well, I'm surprised because that's not really something most folk clans really do. But if that's a human thing, like that's good for you.
I found
We
that Vice
found.
doesn't know a species.
Sorry, what was that?
I found that Vice doesn't know a particular species.
Well, I mean, Vice itself, no, I would tend to agree, but most folk tend to be a little bit more forthwith in their disagreements. So anyway, in the manifests and the blackmail, the 5 houses within the city did continuously pop up. The shipping manifests, the main traders were the Alige. They tend to handle the farming sector. The Manet, which they're more like middleman caravan markets, those sort of things, and House Vilmo, which was the great big gray area. Definitely above book, they are the quote unquote entertainment section of the city. And possibly in the not so gray area, the underbelly of the city, but absolutely unclear. Definitely not wanting to badmouth anybody here. And then there was a lot of snark and sarcasm and passive aggressive veiled threats. Most of this blackmail seemed to be coming from House Vilmo. And there was mentions of a white woman, and definitely inconsistencies in their shipping manifests. Bulk things that should not have been bulk. Number of invitations to events, different dates on them. The letters did have wax seals from their houses. Oh, and the one thing I did find out on my own was more about House Bahir, which lots of people tended to spit when you say that word, so I wouldn't really do that within the city. Not a great idea. People don't like it very much. And they were sort of like the military commanding family of the city, and the humans wanting to protect their city were very militarily focused. So when House Bahir decided not to do that anymore and just kind of abandoned them, they were not big fans of that. So House Bahir is officially disbanded, but they were still in the shipping manifest, which makes no sense. I've been to their house. Definitely abandoned, vandalized. And most of the members of House Bahir have left the city, but there are still a couple in it, and they're not allowed to leave anymore. But I couldn't find anything about who they were. I think the grandfather, where most of the trouble started, and one of his sons are still somewhere in the city. But that's about it. Let's see.
Be curious to meet him.
Well, I would be as well, considering people are shipping things to him in others' names when there's clearly nothing that they should be shipping.
Curious, Erland, why would you want to disgrace Noble?
Oh, you know my fascination with stories.
Fair enough. So, song, then put high on the city that.
Yeah, you're cutting out pretty intensely.
Your sensitivity is too high.
Interesting. All right.
Yeah, what it's doing is it's when you go low, it's treating half of your voice as below the noise gate, so it's just cutting you.
Yeah, I working on it.
Yeah, there's a setting in Discord.
I know.
Yeah.
There we go. All right, let's try it now. That would make a very good song. The man who rode high on the world and then fucked up and is now despised by the city.
I mean, I don't
A
think they
good
really like to
song
hear it,
indeed.
though.
No, but I
Unless-
think there's a few would actually.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, in a week's time, Grand Harvest Festival, of course, happens. Right, DM talking. Did you guys ever get a copy or like explanation on the calendar?
Nope.
No.
Right, that's a fuck up on
Yeah,
my part.
no.
Okay, so anyone who wants to take notes, I will send you a picture. This is the calendar. The calendar is comprised of 13 months. Every single month has exactly 35 days.
Thank you for not rotating it.
Spring goes from dawn to wind's wrath. Summer goes from rain's wrath to mid-year. Fall goes from heat's wrath to harvest. And winter comprised of dusk, cold wrath, frostmoor, and God's night.
Why
So
does this almost remind me of the French Republican calendar?
it's actually based off of that.
Oh, clever you.
So, right now, you guys are within Harvest, and specifically, you are 09, which is Harvest, 21, 464, which means that you are roughly 7 days away from the Grand Harvest Festival, which is, well, basically just a massive celebration just before winter starts of the harvest and how bountiful it was, and basically just a last hurrah kind of celebration of the summer, fall, and such.
That will be entertaining. Good money as well.
Yes, I'm actually. Said your troop was only staying here for a week, but surprised that.
Oh, I'm sure we'll be here for that.
Oh, hope so.
If needed, they can always get more requisition, or rather, permission to stay a bit longer.
Sure, kinds of hold flashes her ring. You have friends now.
Oh,
Don't be
that's what we
afraid to
do.
ask for it.
Why is it always thundering when we play D&D?
I'm
Or ominous
jealous.
big
sound
one.
effects.
That was amazing, and I'm jealous of your rain.
That is hilarious. I love it. Anyway.
Oh, it hasn't really been raining. It's just sort of been like spitting and then thundering. Trust me, I wish it was raining too. Not really, but yes.
Erland,
Yes.
make a wisdom save for me.
Wait, there it is. Ten.
It happens again.
Thanks.
Oh yeah, I should probably actually grab dice. That would probably help.
Usually does,
Yeah,
especially
probably.
during D&D.
So yeah, basically, Grand Harvest Festival is going to be coming up. You would know this. Every single fucking person would know this. This is basically like, I don't know.
Christmas.
Yeah, Christmas, except not Christmas. But yeah, it's basically the harvest equivalent. So you recognize?
Scorpion, it is.
You've moved away from your microphone.
Sorry. Nonetheless, you all have about a week to decide if you would like to help me out with my little, shall we say, side project. So, don't feel the need to ask now. It's just, out of most people in the city, I trust you currently the most. It's crap about our city or not, but, nonetheless.
Well, we do have time.
One thing we certainly do have right now.
Well, I for sure would definitely like to help you out and help and investigate the different houses and what's going on in the city here.
I'm primarily interested in House Vilma right now. The other houses, they squabble and squander and have their quarrels with you. But if House Vilma is tied to what looks to be a beastum camp, or what was made to look like a beastum camp, attacking and being that close to us, and has anything to do with that fucking wizard, I want to know. Because that's, how to say, stepping out of lane? Is that how? I think so.
I'm the last
Possibly.
person to ask.
It's beyond what they should be capable of. Well beyond. Noble houses care for money. They power within the city. They don't care about instigating wars. They care about anything of that sort. So if they
Generally, instigating wars can generate money, so I would expect the two would be connected.
yes, but I want to
And noble families, even beyond money, are obsessed with honor and other things like that. So I would never underestimate even the amount of money they'll spend to achieve that sort of glory.
fair enough.
But beastum, that's not something that would attain any sort of glory. That is odd.
No, the beastum. Well, anyways, the coalition and the beastum, those are far beyond anything we are capable of. So, but this noble house matter, if it helps, and things civil within the city, then I think it's worth it. So I would like to investigate House Vilmo come the Harvest Festival. you are free to do what you wish. But don't feel like you need to make a decision.
Well, you've grabbed my attention, so I'm in.
This does sound like an excellent stage for my next performance.
Plan to play for House Vilma. And I wouldn't say no. Wait, I think I could pull some, have your troop perform for the noble houses, if that's.
Can I just say something really just didn't work? Sophie was standing on my player handbook, so I tried to move the book out from under her, and I just ended up moving the entire cat closer. She
That is
refuses
fantastic.
to not stand on the book.
Obviously.
She's like, this is mine now. Too bad.
Nonetheless, we won't be able to do anything. But Erland, maybe take it up with your leader if they would be interested.
If
Well,
it works for your goals, music might be the key, but otherwise, a little bit of quiet can work indeed.
Well, we will definitely.
Well, in that case, we should also maybe start canvassing the more important neighborhoods for invitations. Pass the word around. Make sure everyone wants to come out
Oh,
for such a wonderful event.
I don't think
Oh,
invitations
there will not
are
be
a problem.
a problem there. A Sali party is well attended. You can trust me on. Actually, now that I think about it, I guess I never really introduced myself properly, did I?
Not quite.
I did find out a little bit when I was searching the houses, but
Oh, did
not
you?
very much.
Resourceful. And pray tell, what did you find?
Yes.
Mostly just that your house deals more in the social matters of the city, rather than like blunt trade or military or things that are more cut and dry. It was not as much info, although air and sea shipping was mentioned, and that all of the major parties are definitely held at your place.
Well,
And now that you bring up the shipping aspect, that does make a bit more sense. When I was combing through some records looking for a few different people, I did see that your house owns a surprisingly little amount of land. But given the income generated and the business ties within the city, that all makes a lot more sense now.
well, I do like to play things. I am from House Sali, yes. We predominantly operate in the shipping, coalition, personnel, humanity, etc. Let's say we are the social. Specifically, I have been tasked with one, and that is why I was initially put on this mission. We suspect House of Ilmo of a lot more than you might. This is just exasperating. A suspicion?
I understand. There's never any shortage of.
Well, and investigating them would certainly help me in my own quest.
Agreed. Your quest, I'm not sure how much House of Ilmo would be tied to it, but they would, if you would like to talk to them at the party, they might prove to be a powerful ally for furthering your quest. Nonetheless, I think actually what might be best for you all is to garner a little, not notoriety, but potentially at least have people know your name a little more. Like to socialize.
Any suggestions on how to achieve this?
You You'd have a better idea than that than me. I'm noble by birth and ranger by choice. I don't tend to spend a whole lot of time fraternizing with other people. Jobs maybe? Taking
Perhaps.
We have a week. Let us spend it well.
All right.
You could check. I guess there is a request board. See if any of the nobles are throwing things up there. At least if they know your name and have worked with you, it would seem a little less suspicious to have you at the party, or
Wouldn't we
might give
show
you
up
an
at a
alibi.
party?
Well, that's if you want to go. If you want to break and enter, obviously you don't really to. Well, nobody really needs to know you.
Well, I
Why
thought the
not so
party was
much
only a
interesting?
distraction.
The party is whatever you want it to be. I personally was
I'm
going to use it.
personally
As
not so interested in thievery. Although, if we absolutely must, I'll partake. But I would much
The
rather
only
do
thing we would be
things above
stealing is
board.
information, I imagine. I say with a slightly wry face.
Yes, information.
I mean, it's pretty hard to steal information. Unless it's written down, of course. Written
Literate
records are
people
much
are
easier to
sometimes
steal.
careless when they believe that people that can't use the information.
Nonetheless, I plan to case and see if maybe I can find some help. Ever. If you don't even need to break and enter, that would be always preferred, but well, a lot can change.
Last resort always on the table.
Always.
Well, if we are looking at that option, I say at some point we do need to recon the house for a full day, watch the security measures, everything that goes on.
Well, why don't we then go look at the job board, see if there's anything written by their house, and then when we go visit them, we will be doing so above board for the job they already posted. And we can
Good
visit the
idea.
house without, breaking locks and windows and such things.
All right, let's do that.
Let us. Yes.
All right. Tia is giving you all strange looks and does pull you off to the side, Erland, quietly just actually thinking of breaking in somewhere, right?
It's best you don't worry about it.
She kind of looks dryly
I-
at... Yeah?
May just be sitting at a party. No guarantees.
I did like what she said about reform noble, but it's just not smart here.
A stage shall be set. A performance will be made.
Sound weirder after being around these people. But fine. Just careful.
I am always careful.
Good boy. That's you on. Shoves you off. All right. Tura follows you into the city, flashing her ring to get you in. Points you in the direction more towards the what a couple of you would know as the Ascendant Courts library. The notice and every kind of boards are usually listed just outside of the marketplace, so feel free to go check them out. For me, it's been a few days. I've got my own responsibilities I need to follow through, and a family who's likely wondering, fuck, I've gone off. So, if you give me a little bit, I would like to go see them.
You have plenty of time.
Fair enough.
We'll be checking the boards and doing some jobs, getting our name out there.
I'll check back at
You get
Erlin's
some
camp.
rest.
Yeah, that is that is the other thing. Probably the main. Anyways, I'll check in at Erlin's camp in, let's say, a day or two. Just, I assume you'll be camped out there, so I'll talk to you then. Don't
Be
forget.
seeing
We'll see you then.
That's good. Don't forget, you tied rope with House Lee. And with that, she turns and kind of tired staggers off towards, headed towards the west side of town.
Shall we?
Let's have a
Look
look.
how bored it is.
See what for us.
Making your way into town, further and further towards. Erland, don't even need to roll for this. You find your way around the town enough that memory of the different paths and streets has started to flourish into a more complete map. Additionally, Arduin and Clover have already been to the Ascent Library, so you both, between the three of you, it's more than enough.
Rather easily.
Rather easy. Arriving at the marketplace, there is a number of boards set up outside the marketplace. Various parchments back to it. Some of it news, some of it requirements, some of it requests, others wanted poster, so forth.
Shall we? Look, let's look through these.
See if there's anything from House Vilmore.
What do we have?
This isn't a fucking, like, quest board, thank you. I'm not just gonna be like,
That's
Quest-
exactly what it is.
quest number
Exactly
one,
what it is.
coalition recruitment, etc., etc., etc. XP 50, payment.
Oh, I'm not expecting it to be like the fucking Assassin's Creed like assassin missions, but come on. There are requests for people to do things which are in our line of work, obviously.
Oh.
Maybe they just
everyone-
want us to decorate some cakes. you know?
Everyone roll a perception check just to see what you find.
Wouldn't it be investigation?
Or sorry, investigation. Thank you.
So I got
Welcome.
a natural 20 on my
Okay.
first roll of the day.
Clover, you immediately, and it's probably just due to the fact that it's right at your eye level. Take
I got
note of
19.
a bit of an older
19.
piece of parchment. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you're not hiding anything from us today, fucker.
Oh, apparently not. You find immediately a bit of a weathered piece of parchment that does have the name House Vilmo on it. It's for a maid position.
Oh, damn. I'll look up at Erland and Arduin and be like, so, how much experience do you two have cleaning and or wearing a dress?
Yeah, it does specifically state that male and female, it doesn't matter. They don't really care, they just need clean.
I don't particularly look forward to a maid job.
It's also for
Well,
a handsome payment amount of 1 silver a day.
It's been
So
years
great.
since I had to clean barracks with a brush.
I'm not working as a maid.
This is true.
There's also a bodyguard, 1 gold a day. It's for just generic noble. It's part of a bit more of the city guard force, but specifically for guarding nobles as they transport or city and so on and so forth. There are caravan guards that are hired by both House Manny as well as House Salih. Deckhands, coalition recruitment papers, festivals set up. There are jobs aplenty.
Is that the only one that we saw related to House Vilmo?
That is the only specific House Vilm.
Well, I think the generic bodyguard would give us the most well-rounded experience concerning nobles in the city.
I'm almost treating this like a television episode and suggesting we each split up and try and gather information in a different area. This is going to become like a serial episode of slightly comedic drama.
Yeah, but you never split the party.
Never split the party.
Definitely
falls
should
for-
split the party.
That definitely falls for A, TPK, and B, mostly for combat. But at the same time, I'd rather look for a job that's a one and done rather than a contract.
The Earl/Noble Bodyguard is listed as 1 gold piece per day. You all have some experience working in and such. Unless you're signing up a specific contract or signing for recruitment or something like that, most of these are on a day-by-day basis. Basically, show up at the location, and they would either need you or not.
I mean, that sounds good to me.
I'm
I'd
not
almost
doing the
say
cleaning
that
job.
one way we could do this if we need to get into the Vilmo house, each of us does a day or two inside the house, the others, and maybe wait outside, do other things, look around.
Or we could start with the bodyguard a day, see what we can find out, and if we get really desperate, we send Erland in as a maid.
I am not performing as a maid.
You are the only one of us who can act. You really expect me not to look like a military mouse? In a uniform cleaning.
That is not the performance I do.
Well, no, but it's better than, scruffy Blueface over here, or a tiny mouse creature that no one's familiar with suddenly showing up in a noble's house.
If it was maybe
We're
the
very
position of
fishy looking
butler or
here.
something, I could pull it off. I'm not sure I could pull off a scullery.
It doesn't seem like mouse folk are very common here, so me suddenly showing up at their house and snooping around would be very fishy. So I think we should all start with the bodyguard jobs. It's possible they give us a different person, or we all work together, and we get a general overview of what's going on, and maybe eavesdrop a little bit while we're bodyguarding.
And there's a good chance that if they need special guarding for any particular thing, it might be something that's rather worth protecting from snooping.
The bodyguard page is Lanty.
Oh, so it's through the city itself.
Shit.
Oh shit, we already have a good, reputation through the guard.
That presents a small problem. If we're trying to keep this relatively low key, then there's too many people in there that recognize both you and me. We'd have to send Erland in alone to sign us up.
And how am I exactly supposed to sign? Well, not sign, but how are we exactly supposed to gain a good name for ourselves in a short period of time? Bodyguarding.
You pick us up once you're back out the gate. Sign our names up. But I think it might be better that Clover and I aren't seen around the keep doing these specific things if we're trying to...
Well, I don't know. Arduin, you're more a mercenary type, so you'd be more expected to take, jobs for pay.
Alright.
It's kind of up your alley here.
Fair enough. Didn't think of it. All right, let's do it.
So, taking the sheet of paper, parchment, sorry, you make your way back up towards. It is comfortably the afternoon at this point. Make your way up to the guards, who instantly recognize at this point, been in and out of this keep more than most people have. You've been in and out of this keep more in a week than most people are in a month. So they're very used to passing through. They do ask if the captain.
No. And then at him. Where do we go for this?
Takes a sheet of parchment. Well, probably want to talk to Elizabeth then. She's usually handling all the logistics and shit like that.
All right.
Righto.
Let us go in.
Okay. Make your way in and walk the well-worn hallways and corridors to Elizabeth by proxy, captain's offices. Knocking on the door, you're greeted with Elizabeth. Quickly opens the door. Ah, perfect. Oh. You might have gotten the messenger then. Come in.
Messenger.
Oh, well, I
Are we all
assumed Odwin told you.
Odwin.
Drew, which message?
Ah,
The
I
message today. The captain wanted to see you about a potential mission.
this sounds more entertaining already than a bodyguard position. Erland, how
haven't
could you
received-
forget?
You wanted
Dr-
Drew,
oh,
Drew,
you're here for yeah?
I actually don't recall which bloody message you're talking about. I
know,
remember the
that's-
one
I
from.
think he's hinting that you didn't get the messenger.
As in, I was trying to ask the DM, but he wasn't responding as the DM.
Well, I will respond right now. Rack your memory, and you don't remember getting a messenger.
Can I attempt to pretend that I? No, these two have already blown it. Or Erlin specifically has already blown it.
Bodyguards? Yeah. Oh, she kind of spies the parchment. Oh,
We actually
honestly
didn't
did-
get a message, Elizabeth.
oh. That's
Must have
strange.
missed him.
So if you
Yes.
have more interesting work, that would be great.
Well, I mean, it's a bit. It's not for me to say. Give the captain a minute. He'll be able to explain. We kind of need a party to take care of things. And well, I don't think you're officially but correct his third. Specifically, you, Odwin. Quite pleased with your work.
Just out of curiosity, who's on the list of assignments for guarding duties today?
You mean like the
Jobs.
Oh,
Like which
Like,
houses
who's
are
hiring?
okay.
yeah.
Well, that. Penladder, Alison Manny, has Spires trip up to Gunagath Spires. Like an escort for that. We've also got. That was the member of House Kenneth looking for a escort around town. Grandmother, she probably wants someone to help carry the bags. House Elite, of course, always guards on duty.
Erland is looking more and more unimpressed.
Or not. House.
No. No, I'm just generally unimpressed in the.
The assignments,
Yeah, it's like fucking grocery shopping and just.
escort, and all that.
Mm,
I'm just gonna drop a little hint of
He's not saying shit. He's just not looking.
no, I am. It's just like no, I'll decide. I'm gonna like open my mouth to say something and then decide against it, and just kind of glance back at Clover, see if any of these have might be related to what we're doing.
I mean, they're not the most entertaining jobs, I will admit, but it's good work. So, and it's okay. So, but
Anyways, let's see what the captain has for us.
Yeah, let's figure
okay,
that out
okay.
first.
goes over to the
Thank you
door
for your
and
time.
knocks. Odwin and comrades, -1. You actually.
I'm gonna look upset that she's like making Arduin our leader.
Yes, right away. He opens the door and lets them walk in.
We walk in.
Captain Alden is sitting. Ah, yes. And tell me, where's your other two?
We lost one to school and one to family. Temporarily.
Well, Tura's
Just resting.
resting, yeah. Got the sticky nose on her. Hopefully she hasn't been filling your head with lies and slander about the other houses. Right.
Well, actually, most of my information from the houses came from the library.
Oh, you did make good use. Ah, that's good to hear. I trust your investigation is going well. Shouldn't be around here too much longer.
Well, I feel like I don't have enough information to know how long I'll be here, but I will do my best to be, prompt and productive.
On that regard, though, aren't really an officially adventuring party, I understand, but nonetheless, you, well, Arduin has been helping around the keep, and, let's call this a bit of a test run. Recently we had a, bit of an incident involving a beastum attacks on some of our farms. House Elige has been, well, they are not happy with the results of the attacks. So we would like you to go and see if you can root out the problem. And there will be a bonus if you can get it done within the day.
What's the nature of the attacks?
And isn't it already late afternoon?
And who do
Probably
we have
hence
to
the
kill?
bonus.
Sorry, not done within the week. My apologies.
Okay, thank you. That's
Less
a very
notice.
short
Good.
timeline.
The day would have been rather sparse. It's a little hard to keep my. Well, basically, it seems that a few of the farmers have. Well, they say that the trees are alive.
That does sound interesting. Although, how do alive trees have anything to do with the beastum?
Well, I frankly think probably for long. Back of the dryads, the tree. They well known for attacking the agricultural lumber yards and so on and so forth. They've been slowing down production on the siege and otherwise machines for quite some time. Scorpion production has gone down quite substantially as small arms, spears, etc. It's been trying, to say the least. I know that
So
they're
this
hitting-
isn't just a raid on farmland, this is a raid on workshops. Rural workshops.
It's small numbers from what I can tell. They've been lighting crops on fire, messing with a lumber yard here and there. Nothing too crazy to indicate that it's a large number, but enough to be a problem.
all on the. Are they the primary owners of the land, or is it solely their land that's being attacked?
As in House Ali, or as in...
Yeah.
Well, I'm not at liberty to say exactly. Nonetheless, it is a farmland, and that is food. Food feeds everyone here, and so if you would like people not to be starving in the streets, this would be a good chance to prove yourself.
All right.
Sounds like a good idea to me.
Excellent.
Finally, a situation to get us to procure a name.
Oh, yes. About that. I don't suppose you guys are... Well, I know the mouse folk, definitely. But, after this, you would like to, or even before, if you would like to register as a party, nonetheless, parties tend to get slightly more dangerous and lucrative contracts, but could be worth it if, mercenary work or work with us is what you're interested in.
Ah.
So becoming an official group gets you better jobs. Interesting.
Of course. You think we would give this job to one person?
We wouldn't have to pay guild fees, would we?
Oh, heavens, no. It would just be well, venturing party of sorts. They pop up from time to time. Most of them seem to wander about. Some have
Fuck unions.
some have set up camp elsewhere. Frankly, the City of Lamps is without a specific party of that sort. Plenty of mercenaries and soldiers, but one specialized. So, if you would be up for that, then absolutely. Although I hate to say it, I have a feeling the mouse folk would probably like to get home sooner. Really just be the two of you. Actually, now that I think about it, well, I'm sure that this job is relatively small, all things considered, but pay out 700 gold pieces. How does that sound?
More than fair.
Previous job, yes.
Well, 700
Is there any
gets
sort of
completed
local
within-
militia or anything we can talk to?
Kind of just spreads his
Out in the
arms,
village?
like... Oh, out in the... No, it's just... The villages outside the walls are technically still a part of us. We are responsible for upkeep and protection.
I
It's
understand.
far too much land, you have to understand. Farmlands comprise of acres, not mere miles. A little bit tough to provide protection on the city as well as all of the crops.
Alright, let's not wait around. It is getting later in the day.
Well, unnamed party? There you go. And he hands over a slip of paper with the details of the contract as well as the 700 needed within the week as payment.
Alright,
Let us begin.
be on.
Don't forget to come back for your payment.
Obviously.
All right. Off you go then. Looking down the sheet, it does state that the attacks are happening to the east side of the city in the farm. More specifically, the most recent attacks in the farmland just outside of the east side of the city.
Isn't the east side of the city the sea?
It looks like
According
grass.
According to the map I'm looking at, we're
So
like your world map I meant.
then look at the city, and you will see that there
There's
is
definitely grass.
Okay, I was on the world map that you gave, not
go by the city
I
map.
don't think
The
we're
world
going
map
that
is
far east.
the world map is good, but it's not detailed enough. Visual, bit like
Okay, we're located on like a hook into the natural harbor there. Okay, I see.
Correct. It's really, it's impossible for me to model each and every individual piece, but needless to say,
Okay.
And like Drew, where are the 14 books that you promised last week from that bookshop? You know, more details. Like, come on.
I think
really
they're going to
slacking
get delivered
here.
to the camp unless you said somewhere else.
No. From Wizards, the Wizard's place, where he's like, "There's 14 books," and we were demanding all of them.
all of them, all 14.
Yep.
How about now? Haven't had time this week to write. Sorry. I will strive to do better.
Come on, Stephen King. What the fuck?
I don't know.
Yeah, as opposed to George R.R. Martin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. What you prefer?
R10.
All right. So,
I love Stephen King though. Like he's just like I shat another book out over the
It's
weekend.
like he sneezes and there's a book.
yeah. No. It's
Yeah,
fine.
except with Stephen King, it's a bit like who am I thinking of? James something, where it's like
Oh,
when he actually
Patterson.
puts
James
effort into
Patterson.
when he actually puts effort into it good, but it's often just really why
Monotonous.
did you even bother to write this? It's not
Just
good.
monotonous. Yeah.
like I
I've read
said,
some James
shat out
Patterson.
another book.
Yep.
Let's go snag a wagon, finger people's place, and go.
Speaking of which, what are you going to do with the 2 wagons? That
Well, we
Or
currently
some-
don't need 2 at the moment, so
We only need the
frankly,
one.
his people are free to use it for now.
Okay.
And we'll maybe just when we
But if you
Make-
break it, you buy it.
yeah. I mean, at a seriously discounted price, given what we acquired it at.
The excellent price of free.
By the way, Erland,
Yes.
make a wisdom save.
Fuck you.
Uh-oh.
Don't worry about it, guys. It's not a problem. Not a problem. I'm gonna use my good dice for this, maybe. Maybe it's my good dice. Don't betray me.
Well, you
That's
currently
not-
sound like a mix, so it can't possibly be that lucky.
Let's see. 17.
Okay. Nothing happens.
Welcome,
That's not suspicious at all.
asshole. Excuse me.
Oh,
Okay.
dude.
So, making way out towards the entrance.
Making your way downtown.
Well, actually, uptown.
Erland,
Anyways,
Erland.
Yes.
Because Erland would remember this, even if you don't.
Thank you.
You do take some time just before you reapply your disguise. Although you do remember that Captain Alden, for the first time, saw you without. Interestingly enough, he
But-
didn't say anything.
He didn't.
I was
he
about
didn't
to
gi-
say, do you
he
think
didn't give a
actually
shit.
Noticed.
Ah. That's fantastic that he didn't give a shit.
Does Erland wear a hat at all? Because the ears would
No.
probably be the most distinctive part.
I do not.
Let's hope the old fat fuck didn't notice, or whatever he is. The
No.
old fuck.
Making your way out the gates, you do take time to apply skies, and guards don't keep much track. Getting back to camp, you do see I'm over there. Over the during that time, Erland, it seems that Rosada has come to the decision to fly for a little bit longer, just so that the troop can stay through the Harvest Festival. See if that can bring money, as it
Oh,
is
it will.
relatively good timing. She's also going to see if maybe she gets them to let them more of the marketed area or to one of the slightly large areas, see if they can perform within the
I wish her luck.
So, that said, I need whoever is hitching the horses and getting everything ready to make a animal handling check.
Okay, 13 plus
Wait, are we all rolling?
Whoever is handling the horses.
14.
I'm not gonna handle horses. Great.
Okay.
So animal handling. That's a 23.
Y'all are getting shown up by a mouse.
I am so pleased with this.
Oh, that's great. So,
Wait, you said what? How much, Hannah?
23.
23.
Jesus.
Oh, I love how it's like a continuation of last time.
You're just
Great.
better with the animals.
So, Erland, you kind of stand back and watch, talking to your mother and giving some little bit of insight, but potentially you maybe ask Tura. See if Tia can convince Tura of that fact, something you're sure. Hitching up the horses. Ardwin, you start, and one of the horses is not cooperating as well as. At that point, Clover just comes over and with a few rightly placed belly scratches, a couple of well-dictated commands, gets the horses in position and good to go. So, guys, I believe one of you has a local area map.
I have my memory.
Never been there before.
I don't know if I have a map. I don't think I do.
Does anyone have a map?
I believe that is a negative from the mouse.
One moment, I'm currently rifling through my bag. No, not happening.
Let's buy a map. We go buy a map.
For the sake of brevity, it's relatively by a map. You don't even have to actually go in. So, a quick jaunt over to one of gets you a local area map. Most of the major trade carriers, so on and so forth. So this brings you to about 2:16 in the afternoon.
Oddly specific time.
I have
Erlen
to be.
would know.
One of you knows exactly when the time is.
Yes,
So
exactly.
fuck yourself, Adam. All right.
So
So
make a gonging sound on the hour.
dumb.
The Toll the Dead for each hour.
No, I was gonna say you just cast Toll of the Toll.
That's
Bong. No, prestidigitation. It is now 3 o'clock. Bong.
you
Bong.
manage to get the cart out and going, and after a little while, find your group, start following the map. It takes you the better part of about an hour or two to get to the outskirts of the villages and the farmland area that House Elite have control over. There is some woodland areas off to the right-hand side. You can see that the lumber mills are kind of chewing their way through sections of the forest, and every time they finish a specific area, it seems that farmland extends out there. So there's no real wasted time or space. They just go in, clear out the tree, clear out the stump, clear out everything, and then farmland can out more.
Guys, keep an eye out for the manor house. We should probably be a good place to start.
The sheet
Does
itself.
the paper mention who wants us here?
Well, I was gonna say when we get to the area, we find a manor house because peasants take their complaints to the lord, who takes it to a higher authority. So we start there and work our way down.
I mean,
Not
that
wrong.
makes sense. Let's go find a big house.
Everyone roll an investigation check.
17 plus 4. Wow, 21.
14.
19. Haha, I win.
No,
I
you
win
don't.
D&D.
Yeah, but
Wait.
I can handle the horses.
It's true.
So,
So, pauses.
Oh god.
That's okay. I do that all the fucking time when I'm running.
Do you mind if I run away for a second to
you need
go
a
to the
bio
bio?
bathroom?
break?
I
Actually, you know what?
do.
This is a good point for a bio break.
It's already
So-
9 o'clock, so let's take a one break and then go.
Yep.
Cool.
Hmm.
Okay, so Erland was talking.
Yeah, I just made a remark and. Shall we go?
Well, I think we have a sawmill to get to.
Thank you very
I
much.
agree.
I'm going to like kind of very quietly place the gold in his hand, or the copper in his hand. Copper. Not it's copper.
The DM oof.
Art is
He's judging your
is
tipping.
Erland
Yeah, yeah.
slipping me a third piece for that extra bit of information? No, fine. I'll slip him a third. Fug.
I don't have copper, my guy.
Yes,
Okay,
you do.
fine. He's getting 3.
All
All
right.
right.
On a note-taking thing, Adam, did you not add the gold from the last section?
I'm sure he had the gold, but he doesn't
I
actually have
don't
used
think
copper
so.
change.
You did not. Okay, so I had.
Yeah.
Yes, we did actually. I have it noted down. We split it up so that let's see. No, that's my current amount
Okay.
of money.
Speaking of which, it's just about 10. Drew, are we calling it? Did we?
Well, if we're, I'm down to play longer as long as I get a bio break.
Did we not?
Things have hit bottom.
Okay.
Okay. Well, try, but I'll be back.
Is it no just sitting on your phone? Shitter.
Wait, Adam, before you leave.
I'm still here. Yes.
Okay, so the division we had per person of the gold from the cupboard in the wizard's room, each person got 4 platinum pieces, got 24.5 gold pieces, so 24 gold, and then 28 silver and 16 copper. I did note down that we divided it and that we were per person and I calculated it. I don't think anyone wrote it down.
No, because I did not have it in my inventory. Alright.
So
I'll be
I
back.
want to do this.
Yeah, he's left the room.
would probably kill you. Please bring back winter and too warm.
I
I'm
still don't know what the
more-
fuck's happening.
When you're DMing, Adam, you're a little bit more loose with what players decide to do on the table. And Drew's more like, we got a storyline to follow. You guys, let's stay on topic. And you're more of a whatever happens.
That's fair. Don't ever feel like you can't do other things, though. Like, seriously.
Hey, we almost put Erland in a maid costume, so.
Yeah, I was looking forward to that, actually. An entire session dedicated to talking about how Erland is going to pretend to be a maid. I was looking forward to that.
And he
Um,
was like, nah, fuck you, fuck this.
Anyways, so
Oh, would have been good.
back on the road.
Instead, we got Clover being a boss at driving horses and then failing to open the door.
So with your fresh bout of information, you quickly make out the gate. Gates automatically opening to allow you out without. You start to head out, and then you immediately remember. Wait, we never actually asked where Prom was.
Well, at the sawmill.
Okay. So, searching for a sawmill, go ahead and for the next hour, let's say, each of you make an investigation.
Okay.
Fuck asking for help. Oh, also, Drew, I'm gonna roll
Well,
for
I
my
got-
2 dailies right now.
Oh, yeah, go for it.
All right, 10 and a 20.
Oh. Wait,
So
10
in
and
case
what-
you were wondering.
Hannah, you're starting to robot on us.
yeah.
Yeah, you've
You're-
roboted.
You've roboted.
Hannah, just Adam, just yell at her across the basement.
Oh no, our voices will be fine.
No, as in just to come to your room for just however long we have left, just in
fair.
case her thing is just going for some reason.
Give me a second.
It's so funny that it does that.
How about now?
Oh, better.
I switched internets.
Oh, good.
Switched into plural.
Yeah, I rolled a 7 for that investigation, in case you were wondering.
Okay.
There's no.
Is she still roboting
Nope.
or?
No, she's
good.
good.
Okay, I'm gonna close my
I
door. Then.
changed to the TELUS instead of the Continuum internet.
Next, Arduin, what'd you roll?
12.
Okay, headphones are back on now.
And Erland, what'd you roll?
What was it? Was a perception
Investigation.
Investigation.
investigation. Then that's a +4, 17 total.
Man, it would be great to have Ophelia who had a +6 to investigation, you know?
I know.
I have
right?
a +4, so I rolled like
But
shit
she's
if I'm
got like
getting a 12.
+8 on everything.
Yeah. So Erland, at about the end
Yes.
of the hour, and it's getting closer to night, so you're having a bit of trouble actually.
Because I am human, I understand. Everybody else has fucking dark vision. Fuck you.
Actually, no.
I
can breathe
don't.
underwater, but I can't
What?
do shit in.
Oh,
I
that's
don't
weird.
have dark vision.
Only Ophelia does.
That's weird.
So the side torches are lit up. By the light of the torches and the sounds that you're mostly, you're well accustomed to being around lumber, specifically for and the making platforms for the different acts. Out just as hope the faint sound of what you assume is a sawmill. Pointing out and continuing forward, eventually you are met with a fairly well-lit clear-cut area. And far away is a small encampment, built to be taken up and torn down at a moment's notice. Full of various lumberjacks, all in stages of either tidying down for the night, making the last cuts, or felling the final tree.
Excellent. Found them.
They are a fair ways off the trail. The entire side is. So you do have to kind of cut. Not the most comfortable, but eventually you arrive at the slightly large clear. The camp, you would estimate there's anywhere from 50 to 100 workers currently. Mostly human.
All right. As we get close, I'd be like, "Greetings, greetings."
Or
Yeah, sure. Of course, we're gonna announce her presence rather than just roll up and fucking be like, "Hey, how's it going? I'm up in here."
hey, how's it going? Let me spray it. Tell you. Anyways.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways, so yeah, a couple of the workers just stop what they're doing. Axes, whatever tool. Eventually, one kind of, hey, can we help you?
More like, can we help you? We're the hirees to assist with your problem.
The only problem is not enough gold, too little food, and frankly speaking, this heat's a bit shit, but I mean, those are small problems, and 3 people ain't gonna solve that. 3 prostitutes wouldn't solve that, frankly.
I'm going to butt in. Where's your foreman?
Oh, you want to talk to Brom, right?
Yeah.
Foreman Brom. Yeah, aye.
Thank you for
Oh.
not saying massa.
He kind of hollers out, big booming lungs. Eventually, after a couple of minutes, you hear coming back. Right. Angus, get the fuck out of here. What do you guys want? It's this kind of stocky, almost bridging on fat, stout kind of half orc. Green skin, kind of chubby, puckered out face. Looks like he's strong, but like just badly built.
Does he kind of resemble Albinus from season 1 of Black Sails?
I barely remember it, but sure.
The big fucking unit, Charles's old boss?
Oh, a little bit, but like way shorter. And definitely a little bit more like pudgy in the.
Okay.
So, what is you doing?
We were sent here from the. How is it pronounced? Elige?
Elige.
From the Elige house.
Or
We've heard you've had problems in the area.
Right fucking off, Web, but what are you gonna do about it?
We're here to solve it.
Describe the problem. Fix it.
Our problem is your fucking drow. Gotta kill 3 my male Ray.
We're talking more living problems, bandits, thieves, things like that in the area.
Well, no, the Captain Alden said the trees were attacking them, so drow sounds pretty accurate.
Oh, you mean a fucking droish. Yeah, those fuckers have been trying to hit us recently. We lost 2 guys, 2 good men. They come to the docks. But I didn't expect help on that. Normally we're kind of bin full of shells, if you know what I mean.
I do not, sir.
Oh, we're armed, aren't we? Kind of hefts a little hand axe. That's what House of Lage says, anyways. Most of the time. James, if James Production might be damned, though, that's why they send ya. So. Anyways.
I do not get his accent.
Drew, could we
at
get a
all.
non-accented recap on what the fuck you just said?
Roll
Please.
I
Roll
will
up.
roll for that if you want me to.
Serious to
What
God,
do you
yeah,
want?
I will bloody roll for that.
Okay, fine. Long and the short of it is they've lost 2 guys. They're not used to House of Leash sending stuff because they're normally told, "Hey, you have axes, kill them yourself." And so he guesses production must be off kilter for them to send us.
Thank you. And I
Okay.
rolled an 18.
You get all of that.
I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be able to last this session. If I'm
This is the
being
end.
honest, I'm
This
fading.
is the end. I
Okay,
know.
thank God. I was gonna say, oh, what's that movie? Hot Fuzz, where they're trying to translate the translator. A hedge is a hedge.
I think that was Hot Fuzz. Yeah,
Yeah, that's Hot Fuzz. Danny Butterman and
it was
the other
fucking
officer
great.
and fucking Tree Eyes. That's Walter fucking Frey.
Anyways, since
So-
Hannah's fading,
Well, set us down. Let's have some dinner and discuss it, and we'll go from there forwards.
Do you have a safe place we could park our horses?
kind of just looks at you, looks around the kind of clear cut area as well as encampment. Sorry.
Is there a preferable place you would like us to hitch our horses?
How lovely.
Eventually he does lead you to one side of the encampment that they've started to cut. There's a bit of an area for let them graze. Although they do end out of being that you are here for House Liege, they do set you up for the night. I assume you guys brought days? No. The foreman, Brom, doesn't really end all too much to you. As soon as he's sure you're good to go, he just waddles off, sort out the next thing. The camp quickly falls asleep once the last of the work has been done. Most people just stopping for a good 20-30 minutes to scarf down some sort of ration or something like that. Barely any cooking fires are started. You kind of get the feeling that they're just going to get up, move encampment further in, and cut all the way up to it, as per is pretty usual. So, that in mind, meager rations and meal at around. Not the most fulfilling, but it's free, so I doubt you're complaining too much.
Mm-hmm.
All bugged
Not
in,
complaining.
down.
All right.
Excellent.
And that is where we will.
Most
Lovely.
lovely. Drew, I'll have your assistance in talking about the gold there.
Yeah.
All right, Drew, I'll get on my shit.
Okay.
Because for me, I don't remember exactly how much I spent last solo session.
Wait, you didn't.
Well, I had. Well, we did the assumption, and then I marked it out of that. But now that we have the accurate numbers from Hannah, I want to get accurate gold numbers, if possible.
I know what was that 5,
That was it.
and then like basic food, that would have been
Or, but which the food and
silver.
amenities I would have been at camp anyway.
Yeah. So yes.
Cool, thank you. That means now I can safely add the money that Hannah just told me about. So
Okay.
I didn't want to fuck over my gold because that's something that pet peeves me. 10.
Alright, well, we're gonna call it with that right there.
Fuck, I need to calculate. All right, we'll do that right there.